All 22 Madden series, where we tie the shit in. This was the Seahawks game last week. Seattle Seahawks OC Darrell Bevel, Pete Carroll. First thing that I wanted to show, this is one of the plays that they ran. Actually, they iced the game with this play. Gun, what I'm tagging it what it would be on Madden. So gun Y flex, verticals with the tight end running that cross, the running back running the delay. They started to get a lot of man looks and they started to eat on this. As you can see, they hit Jimmy Graham early in the game on this, and then later in the game they hit Doug Baldwin on the same play for the icer. Um, you tend to get a lot of man looks against this formation because it is a good run formation. Um, the Seahawks are a team that runs a ton of verticals, vert concepts, out of trips. They run it out of empty a lot. They run it out of a bunch of formations. So I didn't want to spend a lot of time on this play as far as Madden because I mean this is one of the top plays on the game already. A ton of people run this shit, uh, and that's kind of the play art of what it actually looks like, as we all know. But that's something the Seahawks run a lot of. They run a lot of stretch, a lot of zone. Number two is the double stack fake screen shot. Uh, the slant check is kind of how you have to tweak it on Madden, but this is what they ran, which was effective here. You're in that formation where they're expecting an inside run. You know what I'm saying? And by nature, you're spreading the defense out a lot in that formation. It creates a lot of lanes. Not really effective on Madden, I'll be honest with you. You got to run the fake screenplay, but you got to put the lead receivers on a slant. I'm not really a big fan of this play. If it's any zone, unless they're blitzing, the slant is going to be there, but a lot of times it's not against a lot of the defenses people run. I really like this play just based on this game. Same formation, same concept, but putting the lead guy in that stack formation on a vert, especially if you've got some guys who are going to be running that kind of that smoke route, that the delay, the screen. They're going to be in the backfield. If you got some guys that can run there and make some people miss, there's going to be a lot of space. Those walkout defenders all go with the vertical because he's kind of inside the corner of the path that he takes and how he's lined up. Big fan of that play. Here is the gun wide trips. Bronco seam H curl once again. Madden tagged. Not what, of course, the Seahawks really call it. But if you notice, what's effective about this play is the Seahawks run verts all game. This play looks exactly like verticals off the ball. It looks like the typical verticals play. You got all three receivers on the right getting vertical, but they're breaking their route off at the third down marker. And so there you got to out of wide trips. There are a couple plays that kind of work like this. This play actually was effective in me running it. That comeback is open a lot. Only problem with comebacks on this game is the corner breaks on the comebacks a little bit too easily unless you run them off. I'd say keep that slot vert on if you're going to run this play. But this is kind of how the Seahawks ran it. And like I said, it's effective because if you run verticals a lot, it looks like verticals to the defense. And they start bailing, and you've got three people breaking their route off kind of at the first down marker. You got the tight end. He's on more of a spot with how the Seahawks run it. Um, Spacing, hitches, as it's called on Madden, out of any empty formation. We all know this is basic, but they ran this twice this game last week, um, and they got 5, 6 yards each time. You know, not as effective on Madden as it is in real life, but it's still tough to stop. If you got some soft corners out there, that walkout guy is normally gonna shade in to the inside hitch. But it's just a normal spacing concept. I actually like it a lot at empty because you are essentially spacing out the entire field. Defense actually does a good job on a video game of matching routes. So if you've got your typical defense, someone is going to tend to be open, and you'll probably use the one guy who is uncovered if they're all running that hitch. But I like them to run it a little bit deeper for it to be a little bit more effective. But nonetheless, it's what the Seahawks ran. It's what we're covering. The Seahawks won this game versus the Steelers. It was a really big game, so I just wanted to kind of break down what they did. They do a lot of shit that is on Madden. They don't run anything too crazy. And then this is a play that they scored a touchdown on, I believe. It's the gun empty X trip fake screen verts. It's when you motion the quads and you've got the vertical concept that they love. Um, and here they actually hit number one on the outside. They didn't score, but it's an effective play. What's really good about this play is you motion two quads. The defense doesn't have a lot of time to adjust. It almost breaks their alignment. And for you to have the ability to go vertical on top of that is tough, especially they were really starting to cook as I watched the film with Jimmy Graham. He's really good on the vertical concepts because he knows where to sit down, he knows where to settle, he knows where to kind of post up the defense, he knows when to keep running. But here, this is out of all the plays that I'm showing you here that the Seahawks ran, tying shit in, the most effective by far. If you run this the right way, there's not many answers for it, and the main reason why is because you're going to get that guy that's over the running back in the slot to motion over the majority of the time. You got the slant behind it, which is normally going to be wide open. If he doesn't motion over, you can convert this to a screen. There's a screen variation to this that you can call. You've also got that vertical concept, which is tough too. It's just a tough play, man. So I appreciate y'all watching the video, man. Let me know what teams you want to see next time. But until then, it's MLG. Holla.